Hey everyone, I'm Renee, a designer here at the Quilted Cow. Today we're going to be working on Colton's Caddy. Anyone that has a child, a grandchild, it's a great little busy bag, or you can use it for your sewing supplies to carry to retreats or over at a friend's house. Before we get started, I would like to thank our sponsors. We got Husqvarna Viking, Wilmington Prints, and Creative Grids. Let's get started. So with Colton's Caddy, it's very easy, no snaps, no nothing. That's good for little fingers. We can put crayons, markers, and it has pockets for everything that they'll need to be like a busy bag on a road trip, or you can carry your sewing supplies in it, and it's so easy to make. So easy. So we're going to get started on the pockets. There's 3 pockets and you're going to do all 3 pockets the same way. You're going to fold them right side together to begin with. Put your lightweight interfacing in and get that fused down. And then fold it right side together. Go to your sewing machine and we're going to stitch right down this edge to close it. And then once you have that done, we're going to turn it to where the right sides are out. Give it a good press to where your seams are at the bottom and your folds up at the top. And then do a top stitch right across that edge there. This is how it's going to look. You're still going to have raw edges on the end. That's where I stitched and turned, and there's my top stitch. So I did that for my smaller pocket, medium pocket, and large pocket. So we're going to set that one to the side for now. And for these, you want to find your center of your smaller pocket. You can mark it in the bottom seam allowance if you want, but even up your bottom edges and your sides, and then stitch right where you did that crease, and you want to back stitch at the top. And that is how you get your 2 smaller pockets, and then you're going to have a larger pocket. And I have it right here too that's already done, so you can kind of see how it goes. So we're going to set all those pockets to the side for right now, and let's move on to our handles. You have 2 handles. You have your strip. You want to go ahead and put your lightweight on it. Fold it right side together and then stitch right down that edge, closing it into a tube. And then we're going to turn that tube. So if you don't have one of these turners here, I highly recommend it. They have different sizes. And for today, we're going to use the larger one because that's what I have here in the studio, but I probably would have put it down maybe one more. But you want to get a good pinch up here at the top because you don't want to be able to poke through it. And I use the fatter end. You got a pony end and a fatter end. And then I put it on the table and I'll let it work with me. Go real slow. Look, once you get it to the top there, just kind of pull it out. And there you go. It is turned. You want to lay it flat to where your seams are on the bottom center. And then give it a good press. And then take it to your sewing machine. And you're going to sew down each side. Just top stitch it 1/8 of an inch on each side. And this is what they look like when they're done. You still have the raw edges. That's fine because it gets hid in the final assembly. So that's how you do your handles. Now I have my main and I have my liner. I went ahead and put my fusible fleece on my main. You can, if you want, quilt it if you desire and however you wish. And then on your lining, you want to put your lightweight. So we're going to go ahead, put our handles on our main. I'm just going to base stitch them for now. And I want to say, okay, here is what I want out when we get done. So I'm going to turn it this way. See, there's my seam. And then you want to put them, so I'm looking now just to see. So here's how I want them. So, and I'm going to put them from the center. You can find your center if you want by, I just eyeball it, but if you're not exactly sure, you can crease it or do a little mark there. But 2.5 inches on each side of that mark. And then you can baste it or you can pin it. And then you want to repeat that with the other side. All right, so now on your liner side, you can either on your right or your left, we're going to do both of these pockets. So we got this set, and they go 1/2 inch from this crease. So make a crease, a good crease with your lining in half. Go 1/2 inch up, and that's where you want to put the bottom. And then repeat for this side. And then on this one, let's go ahead and find our center, give it a good crease. And then we're going to go to the sewing machine, back stitch up at the top, come all the way down, and back stitch at the bottom. And then you want to do what you did here every 1.5 inches. And that's where I'm going to go with that side. Sky's the limit. You can make as many pockets or no pockets as you want. And I'm going to do it again on this side. But remember, if you want to make it like the sample and what's in the pattern, it's every 1.5 inches. I think on this one, I'm going to do it right there. Give it a crease. If you have a chalk wheel, you can always chalk it. Totally up to you. Okay? And then once you have your pockets on this side, the way that you want it, on both sides along the bottom, do a top stitch that's going to close that bottom edge. If you want to baste the sides, feel free, but you don't have to. That's going to get closed in the final step too. But some people, they do like to baste it so it doesn't wiggle around on them. So now I have all of those basted down, top stitched. So we're going to take our main and our lining and put them right sides together. Now if you prefer, it really doesn't matter, but if you prefer to have, you know, one pocket on the right or one pocket on the left, just flip your lining. And then on one of the sides, it doesn't matter which side, not the tops, the side. I would probably, right here, we want to leave it opening for turning later. So I'm going to go ahead and put a pin here and there to remind me, do not sew there. And when you begin and end your stitch, make sure that you backstitch so that when you turn it, it doesn't pop those stitches. All right, so we got all that sewed all the way around. So now we can turn our caddy. Make sure you poke out all your corners. Sometimes if it's got handles, you can pull those. It'll help you get it out of there. When you're turning, don't be gentle with it, because if it's going to rip, now's the stage you want it to rip, because this is going to be going into busy little hands, and we want to make sure it's holding well. So I'm just going to poke all those corners out if you got a poker, and if you want, if you feel that your corners are too bulky, trim them up. Look at that, you can see it coming together. So you want to always start with a finger press going around, and then you want to press it with your iron real good. take this fold here, make sure it's under. Always pin it or clip it. You can always clip it too. And then for your final step, get this pinned. And you've got it good, nice, pressed, all those seams all the way around. Just give it a top stitch, just like this, all the way around. Now if you can see where we just, fused ours down onto the fusible, they actually did some cute little decorative designs and quilted it first. But that's how it's gonna look. Is that not cute? Look at all them little pockets and see how, look at the difference. See, this is the ones for the crayons to be able to put those in there. And then you got this. So that's the Colton's Caddy. I recommend it for every child, grandchild, or if you're going to carry all kinds of things onto retreats. We've got the Quilted Cow retreats every year. We need to take that to it. And you can find this helpful heifer on the website at thequiltedcow.com. Make sure you like us. Make sure you subscribe to our channel so you can see all the tutorials. And thanks for watching.
Okay, you wicked cool quilters, good job. You made it to the end. We would like to thank our sponsors, Husqvarna Viking Sewing Machines, Creative Grids, rulers, rotary cutters, and mats, and Wilmington Prints for the beautiful fabrics. Thanks for watching.